chairperson. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning and have the opportunity to be an evaluator. One of the things that we learned initially as we come into Toastmasters is how to look at and organize a speech. I thought this morning's test speaker was very well organized. The title, the opening, and the purpose were consistent with what a speech should be. He maintained the conciseness and the cohesiveness of the speech completely through. It had purpose, it had orientation, it had body, it had conclusion. The conclusion wrapped up everything that he talked about in the beginning, partway through, and it brought into perspective what the title actually meant. So I felt that he had the organizational structure of the speech in his mind well. He knew what he was going to talk about. He didn't have to give it a lot of thought because he prepared himself. He came here prepared to give the kind of speech that he gave. His body language, he moved across the platform. He understood where he was. His gestures were articulate. They matched what he was saying. His body language and his voice went together well. He had good vocal variety. He spoke in a tenor that went up and down. He spoke about how his wife sounded, about the people he met at Toastmasters. So he kept the variety going and kept the interest of the audience in particular in mind. The body language was concise and it worked very well. He had good eye contact. As he moved across the room, I watched him move his head and move from side to side of the stage. I thought that was done very, very well. Gestures again, vocal variety and body language all added to the speech and its effectiveness. I think one of the things that stood out about this speech was his sincerity and honesty. He gave of himself. He talked about some very tender moments. And sometimes when we're public speaking, I find myself it's difficult to do, but the sincerity and the sensitivity that he brought to this was just outstanding. I personally can't think of anything that he can improve upon in the nature of the speech he gave today. There may be some other areas and other speaking platforms that he might be able to work on, but this morning I think he gave one of the better speeches from the heart that I've ever heard. Thank you.